What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's much appreciated that you're here. It's been a few weeks since this movie has been out, but we finally got a chance to go see the Bob's Burgers movie. By the way, there will be light spoilers in this, so just a heads up for people watching this video. Directed by Bernard Derriman and Lauren Bouchard, this movie was absolutely hilarious, but definitely could have been like a long episode or maybe 2 long episodes. Did not need to be a movie, but that does not mean that it took away from the comedic relief that came with this. The basic plot of this movie is the Belchers are obviously in their restaurant, and there is a big gaping hole that comes in front of the restaurant because of a pipe bursting underneath them, and turns out there's a dead body underneath the ground there, and there's an investigation that happens, and then their landlord, Mr. Fishroeder, gets framed for it. The Belcher kids go on this little quest to try and free him from this false accusation that happens, but then they get into various antics along the way, and it's absolutely hilarious with the musicals, the dance moves, the weird statements. It's an absolutely hilarious movie. Eugene Merman, who plays Gene, and Eugene Merman, who plays Gene, and Larry Murphy, who plays Teddy, were 2 of the most hilarious characters in this movie by far. Teddy is one of my favorite Bob's Burgers characters, but man, he just killed it with this movie. Like, just his entrance into the movie was hilarious, and just the little things he says and how his voice is. Man, that voice actor, props to you, man, because you just make this Teddy character be so funny when he has like 1 or 2 lines, and then when he starts popping off, it's even funnier because of how he sounds. Zach Galifianakis plays Felix Fishroeder, his brother, and the way how they have their banter in the movie and even in the TV show is hilarious too. I love how in this movie they give them this persona of how rich people are. They don't care about anything except for their money and what affects them based off their spending habits and or lack thereof, and just the lack of care for the lack of money because they're just so rich, it doesn't matter to them. Overall, I did enjoy this movie. As I said it earlier, it really did not need to be a movie in theaters, but again, it didn't take away from the goodness that is Bob's Burgers. Of course, Jon Benjamin reprises his role as Bob, and he also plays the voice of Jimmy Jr., and he is one of my favorite voice actors because he also plays Archer, and I will always see both of them whenever I hear their voices, no matter what show I'm watching. It's kind of hard, especially with a crossover that happens in Archer relating to Bob's Burgers. It's quite funny. You should definitely watch it. Season 4, episode 1. But yeah, this movie was absolutely hilarious, and I'm sorry that I don't really have much to say about the movie. It's just there wasn't much to it, but at the same time, there were a lot of elements that made this movie pretty good. Again, the musical numbers, they were silly musical numbers, but the orchestration of the songs and the instruments in them and the way how these dance moves were incorporated was actually pretty good. The musicality of what they were singing and playing was good too. The tone and the timbre in their voice and the different instruments that blended together, that was actually really well done, really well orchestrated. And during the credits, you could see how many musicians there were, and honestly, I could not give you a number. There were a ton of musicians, and rightfully so. It sounded like there were so many different instruments and the same type of instruments and many other various instruments that made that ensemble sound really well. Whether you're a casual Bob's Burgers watcher or an avid Bob's Burgers watcher, I think you will genuinely enjoy this film because it is a great time for people of all ages. I guarantee you will not be disappointed if you go and see this. The only thing I will say is you will say the same thing. It didn't need to be a movie, but you will still enjoy your time. Alright guys, and that's all I've got for you today, so thank you very much for watching this video and sticking through it. I greatly appreciate it. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it so you can get a notification anytime there's a new video. Alright guys, thank you. Until the next one.